Churchill Capital 4's stock more than tripled in 1 month. The rally fundamentally seems ridiculous. The cause reported that SPAC Churchill Capital 4 would combine with Lucid Motors, the maker of electric vehicles. Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be talking about CC4 stock merger, analysis plus forecast, newest update. Before we get into the video, don't forget to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure that the post notifications are turned on so that you never miss a video from us. Without further ado, let's dive in. Churchill Capital Corp 4, NASDAQ, CC Roman numeral 4, began trading on Friday with a surge of 8% to about $34. Although the blank check firm's amount is below the highs seen in pre-market trading, hope seems to help it end a tumultuous week longer. Investors continue to wonder about the merger with Lucid Engines, which remains elusive. Will both sides make use of the long weekend to finalize the deal? Post-market trading saw a significant change in the shares of Churchill Capital Corp 4 as the bulls battled back to power and reversed the intraday decline of 4%. The shares of the CC4 rebounded as much as 13% after hours and closed on record highs of the $36 mark. Stocks are poised to clinch new record highs as the value of the blank check firm seems to expect a merger with Lucid Motors. Lucid Motors' flagship Lucid Air EV sedan could provide Tesla's Model S sedan a tough competition, also remaining supportive of the bullish bias. As seen in pre-market trading, Churchill Capital Corp 4, NASDAQ CC Roman numeral 4, began Thursday's session with a modest fall, with a hand shift of just under $32, a slip of almost 3%. Any of those who owned shares in anticipation of the Lucid Motors SPAC merger were making money. Will the merger Monday hookup be announced? That remains an open question that pits bulls against bears. It is important to note that despite the downturn, CC4 shares retain a large portion of their earnings, trading closer to the $36 all-time highs than $9.60 52-week low. CC4 is trading at about $32 on Thursday's pre-market session, down by an additional 2.6% from Wednesday's closing price. For every day that passes without an announcement of a merger with Lucid Motors, or at least reliable news stories on that matter, additional doubters are selling off. Is this downtrend going to continue? The Los Angeles Times and Bloomberg were among the sources that were debating the Churchill-Lucid SPAC merger, so traders would be wise to monitor the publications. Rival EV producer Rivian is looking for an IPO later this year with a possible value of $50 billion, according to Bloomberg. Special purpose acquisition companies, SPACs, such as CC4, have been back in demand late due to the amount of cash washed through the stock market looking for acquisitions. In a zero or negative rate setting, SPACs give better returns, with the potential to improve the sluggish business or to finance more growth opportunities for younger, emerging companies. In 2019, SPAC raised more than $13 billion in cash, compared to just $3 billion in 2016. Virgin Galactic was financed by SPAC before releasing its IPO. SPAC usually has an IPO of $10 and must hold this IPO cash collected $10 times the number of shares issued in confidence. If the SPAC has not acquired a company after 2 years, it must refund the initial investment to the shareholders. That's why most SPACs trade slightly above $10 before any deal has been speculated or initiated. It is worth noting again that SPACs do not have an underlying company, revenue stream, EPS, etc. The SPAC is set up solely to collect cash to fund the purchase. The SPAC share price will be decided by the perceived competence and expertise of the founders of the SPAC, the sector, and/or the SPAC business. In the case of Churchill SPAC, Michael Klein's experience is a clear case for backup shareholders. He was not only speculated at one time to succeed Sandy Weill as Citigroup's CEO, but Klein also advised Dow Chemical when in a $130 billion deal, it merged with DuPont. Former U.S. Treasury Secretary Larry Summers is counted by Klein's consulting firm as a consultant employee. Klein has also been working on the restructuring of Dubai World with the Dubai government. The investment firm of Michael Klein advised the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Saudi Arabia on its global policy and investments. Connections could prove useful in the Middle East, as we will see. Our SPAC, CC4, has raised its capital so far so quickly, has a powerful lead founder, and is ready to go. Back on January 11th, Churchill shares eventually spiked from $10, at one point spiking nearly 40%. Bloomberg's report states that Lucid Motors was to be Churchill's goal. But who are Lucid Motors? The Tesla killer is Lucid Motors. Okay, except that it goes after a price point that is even higher. Lucid Motors is a manufacturer of electric vehicles, with plans to introduce the first EV in the summer of 2021. There will be an entry price of $169,000. Lucid plans to make more affordable versions cheaper after it releases its premium offering. Via Twitter, Lucid has just made public that European deliveries will take place in late 2021. Peter Rawlinson, CEO of Lucid Motors, was chief engineer at Tesla on the Model S, so he is well aware of his product and business. According to the Financial Times, Lucid Motors is also in talks with Saudi Arabia to develop a new factory in the kingdom. This should be a clear debate, considering the Saudi sovereign funds funding Lucid. Here's where it gets fun right now. The Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund funds Lucid Motors, and, as we have seen, Churchill Capital founder Michael Klein has several high-level connections in Saudi, having already advised the Saudi fund. A convenience marriage. Back in 2017, it should be remembered that Klein's investment company advised the Saudi Sovereign Fund, and there is no proof that he is still a consultant. But one would assume that the chief investor of Lucid Motors will be delighted to see Michael Klein as the main suitor and his Churchill Capital 4. A face well recognized and trusted by them, founder-CEO of Dow Chemical, Andrew Liveris, is the chairman of Lucid Motors and collaborated with Michael Klein during the aforementioned DuPont transaction. More serendipitous ties can be found. As the Wall Street bets phenomenon played out, January was a particularly unusual and speculative month for the stock market. When retail mania took over, businesses were forced hugely away from their valuations. As the business trended on Wall Street bets, shares in CC4 were caught up in the trip. Most SPACs, $10 is effectively break-even, as explained, and this is the case for CC4. Manufacturers of electric vehicles are in play and have been bought out by SPACs. On Tuesday, Hyson Motors announced a merger with Decarbonization Plus SPAC, and Nikola merged with Vecto IQ SPAC last year. Keep that in mind that while share prices rallied strongly in both cases, neither came close to matching the near 300% gain already returned by CC4 shares. A CC4 share price of over $30 prices Lucid Motors at somewhere in the region of $30 to $40 billion. So investors need to decide if such a valuation is warranted by a startup electric vehicle manufacturer who has yet to produce a vehicle. The majority would say no, but then they would just look at Tesla. Despite making a fraction of sales units, this is a bigger market cap than any other car maker in the world. Also, to make the Lucid merger happen, such a high price and such speculation could have driven the price of CC4 too high. While the February 10 news that another EV producer, Amazon-funded Rivian, is seeking an IPO with a $50 billion valuation this year indicates that maybe the price is right. There is not much history of the CC4 share price as a newly introduced vehicle and so-called black check stock. Clearly, however, we do have a clear bullish trend in place. If nothing emerges from any possible merger, Churchill Capital 4 has $10 in cash. But the downside is this: prices are highly elevated at the moment, but so are all prices in the EV industry. See the $50 billion valuations of Amazon and Rivian. And Lucid is seen as a high-growth stock. A preferred entry point will be $19.53 in support, giving Lucid Motors a more fair valuation, but that could now be too poor, so support at $26.61 is crucial to the bullish trend. And with that, it's time to end the video. We hope this session was informative. Do let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe for more content just like this one and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to smash that like button and also press the bell icon to get notified about our new videos. Until then, fellas.